Hey VC, hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for stopping in. Tony's LPs are us here, Tony. Hopefully everyone's doing well. We've got a great 4th of July weekend. I hope everyone had a great 4th of July. This is my first full video, I think, in a few days. But Robbie's Detroit Vinyl, a longtime listener, and I'm a fan of his site. I urge you to visit his site, Robbie's Detroit Vinyl. He does so much on Elvis. It's basically an Elvis aficionado. Now, you know, I'm an Elvis fan, and I used to be an Elvis aficionado, but there's so much that I don't remember what I used to know about Elvis. But he suggested that I talk about this new Elvis Presley box set that came out. So thanks, Robbie. Hope you get to watch this, and I urge everyone to stop at his channel. And Robbie's Detroit Vinyl, I'll list it on my comments later on the description page, rather, so you can check him out. But a great guy, always has great comments, very enthusiastic, loves Elvis, loves vinyl, loves rock and roll. He's from Detroit, so you know where that comes from. So anyway, we're going to talk about the Sunset Boulevard 5 CD box set that's coming out August 1st, available now for pre-order. And basically everywhere records and CDs are sold. I guess Target, Amazon, probably all your local guys that have YouTube channels on YouTube about videos and vinyl and CDs. And of course, Graceland.com, Elvis Presley's site. They're all available. So there's a 5 CD box set, and I'm going to go over some of the highlights of this set and what it's about. And there's also a 2-record collector's item. The one available at Graceland, I believe, is orange and red, and yellow, like Graceland colors. And then you could get it at Target. Target's doing a pre-order now. I suppose Walmart and Amazon are doing pre-orders now. And some of the records that we're gonna hear on this 5 CD set are records that Elvis recorded in the mid-70s, 70s to 75 at Sunset Boulevard RCA Studios. And what this is the cool part about this box set is that we're going to actually hear Elvis in rehearsals for probably 3 of the discs. I believe there's 86 tracks, 33 newly remixed, without any dubbing, without any overdubs, no horn sections coming in, no background vocals coming in, which was all post-production for Elvis. So you're going to hear the rare Elvis in the studio, which I love because you get to hear Elvis and the guys fooling around. And this is his touring band, you know, Burton, Ronnie Tuff, Sheaf. So you're going to get to hear Elvis with that core band that normally I didn't know, but I should know that he actually recorded with them in the studio. So these are studio recordings, not live recordings, but of course a lot of these songs Elvis took out on the road with this touring band in the Vegas residency, and then when Elvis toured the world, and well, unfortunately not the world, but the States, and that was it. And behind me I have, as a homage to Elvis and Bond, the laser disc for The Spy Who Loved Me, which came out in '77, and that was the last movie that Elvis screened at an actual cinema in near his home in Graceland. He took Lisa Marie and a friend, and just a great story. There's a video on that where the manager of that now defunct theater takes you through the steps of what Elvis did to go see that Bond movie. So that was the last movie Elvis saw, if you didn't know that. So, you know, as you know, I collect Bond memorabilia and Elvis memorabilia, and the two worlds meet. You know, once in a while the two worlds meet. And with Elvis, he reaches out in so many different areas that Elvis is going to meet up somewhere. So let me just read off what this box set has. Here's the actual box set, what it looks like there, my high-tech technology here. You could see that's the box set. Has a 2-record set also coming out, but the CDs are the one. If you're a real Elvis guy, Elvis gal, Elvis grandpa, Elvis grandma, that you really need to hear those rehearsals. So this is 70-75. Sunset, I'm just going to read off the press release here. Now this is coming out again on August 1st, and this is now available to pre-order. It said expected ship date is July 30th, 2025. So if you order it now, you have a good shot at getting it right around August 1st or August 3rd, whenever it lands at your doorstep. Sunset Boulevard is a comprehensive 5 CD collection spotlighting Elvis's recording sessions and rehearsals at RCA's historic Sunset Boulevard studio. Spanning 1970 to 75, it features Elvis recording for the first time with his legendary touring band. Like I said, it's very rare to hear Elvis with his touring band in the studio. I have some of those records here. Ultimately spawning the hits Burning Love, Always on My Mind, Trouble, TRUBLE, 1975, and from the Today album. This special edition also includes 3 discs of rehearsals from 70 and 74 that capture both serious and lighthearted moments from Elvis in the studio. Sunset Boulevard features 89 tracks, 34 of which newly remixed versions, pure and without overdubs. And then it goes on to the tracks. Now, what's cool about the rehearsals are from July 24, 70, and there was a lot of rehearsals, which is kind of strange here. You have That's Alright, I Got a Woman, The Wonder of You, I've Lost You, The Next Step is Love, Stranger in the Crowd, You've Lost That Loving Feeling, Something, Daddy Don't Cry, You Don't Have to Say You Love Me, Polk Salad Annie rehearsal, I Can't Stop Loving You, Sweet Caroline, Words, Suspicious Minds. The next disc is July 24, 70, rehearsals continued. And there's another 18 tracks that are rehearsals. Now, these could be snippets because there's no time on this. Unfortunately, the Elvis people give you very, very little detail. We don't know, who cut the master for LP. We do know that it's mixed by a prominent Elvis Presley record mixer from Follow That Dream Records and the Legacy Records. So it's in good hands. You also have August 16th rehearsal. That's disc 5. That has It's Midnight, Your Love's Been a Long Time Coming, Good Time Charlie's Got the Blues, Softly As I Leave You, The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face, Proud Mary, The 12th of Never, Just Pretend. And again, here's the actual box set. Flipped around. There's the box. And that's more stuff. But sorry about that. But here are some of the albums. Here's the Good Times, which are simplistic covers. I never liked Elvis's covers. I never liked the way they laid out this stuff for Elvis. He had no say, I think, in what the covers looked like. Unfortunately, he didn't have control of that. That was either the Colonel or the team. So here you have the Good Times, and this has Isn't That Love, She Wears My Ring, My Boy, Talk About the Good Times, Good Time Charlie's Got the Blues. So you get records from this, you get the rehearsals, you get the unadulterated, undubbed records for the first 2 discs. I believe the 2-album record set that I'm probably going to get the record set, although I really want to hear that banter from Elvis in the studio. And that's one thing I miss from a lot of the Beatles box sets, is that, except for a few exceptions, and I'm just using from memory, there's not a lot of studio banter from the actual recording session to the person in the booth producing, the engineer. I like that. Elvis just sounds so cool, and from what I read and what I've heard, there's not a lot of accounts on this, but from what I heard, Elvis's vocals are brought up to the forefront. And of course, there's different mixes. So on Burning Love, which is available right now on YouTube from this record, James Burton, not Richard Burton, James Burton, has a wah-wah, like a different guitar sound from Burning Love. And Burning Love is a great tune. One of Elvis's last records that charted. The Follow That Dream series are just outstanding. The Legacy series are just outstanding. But none of those records ever charted. These are kind of niche markets, if you think about it. There's not going to be a lot of advertisement except in Elvis Presley land. This is coming out to celebrate 90 years of Elvis on Elvis's birthday. There's a 90-year Graceland celebration coming up this year for Elvis Week, and I think this record will be highlighted. And that, of course, is this record's coming out on August 1st of 2025. Here's Burning Love, hits from his movies. And like I said, I never really liked the layouts. I never thought they did Elvis justice. There was never anything that would make you say, if you were an Elvis fan, there's really nothing on that was going to make you say, I'm gonna try that record. And I bought hundreds of records without knowing the band, just based on the cover or from the era. And of course, Elvis, I know, is in a whole different category. So, that's just my opinion. It's not really anything, that you need to believe or I'm trying to convince you to. Here's Elvis, I Got Lucky, which I like this cover because it shows Elvis in a good pose. But I Got Lucky. All these records were from the 70s. So a lot of these tracks are probably going to be included in this, either in the undubbed versions of the first two discs, or the records that show, or the tracks that show all the rehearsals. And here's Separate Ways. We have Elvis on the Road, like a big Elvis, like a giant Elvis on the road, which is dumb cover. This is still in shrink. This has Separate Ways, Always on My Mind, which is on the new 5-disc CD set, Sunset Boulevard. But the vocals, Elvis's voice got richer, warmer, prominent, not more prominent because Elvis always had that voice, but he had command of these ballads that no one else had. And even songs like Sweet Caroline or Always on My Mind, of course Elvis didn't write music, but when he performed that song, he kind of owned that song, as you know. Here's another one, which is just a live shot. Very, very, I don't know. It's like cheap covers for the king of rock and roll, for Elvis Presley, who sold more records than almost anybody else in the universe. And these are the covers that they come up with. And even this cover is kind of cheesy. No pictures of the group. Even Bruce Springsteen once in a while throws a picture of the group. Early on, maybe not now, Bruce, but this has Follow That Dream, which is the name of the Elvis record series, which is a great song. I love Follow That Dream. I love that movie. King of the Whole Wild World is on here. Today, Tomorrow, and Forever. And it has the dates, the live versions, I guess. So let me just go to the record so I could show you the record here. Here is the 2-album set, Sunset Boulevard 2-album set. And that has highlights of the first 2 discs, I believe. I believe there's no rehearsals in that. But there's not much information. We don't get a lot of information on Elvis. I will read off the promo here on the details of the 2-record set. The 2 LP collection features highlights from Sunset Boulevard, a comprehensive, they have to say comprehensive, 5 CD collection of Elvis's recordings at RCA's historic Sunset Boulevard at Studio. These sessions captured Elvis recording for the first time with his legendary touring band. We've seen that when they did the write-up for the 5 CD set. The album's alternate, newly remixed versions of select recordings and outtakes, pure and without dubs. So I guess these are outtakes. Not sure if there's rehearsals in this on this box set, but on the 2-record set. So here you have Always on My Mind. It's a great list. I'll probably get a copy from Target or something. I may pre-order that. Always on My Mind. I love Elvis, right? We have Elvis's Late Lit. We have Elvis Here, Can't Talk because of copyright restriction. Burning Love, Separate Ways, It's a Matter of Time, For the Good Times, Fool, Trouble, Trouble, Bringing It Back, Susan When She Tried, Woman Without Love, I Can Help, great song. Pieces of My Life. Some of these I don't remember, offhand. I'm sure I've heard him. Then we have Burning Love, take 2. Separate Ways, take 25. So Elvis wasn't like a Frank Sinatra when he was acting, like one take Frank. You go in there, one take. He said, "That's my best take. I'm not doing it again." Elvis was willing to stretch it, which is a compliment to Elvis, and being who he was, that he would actually try to make it better. 25 takes. Where do I go from here? Take 2. Always on my mind. Take 2. Fool, take 1. For the Good Times, take 3. Now, the only comment and criticism I have, sometimes a lot of these takes are interchangeable. You're not going to hear much of a nuance. But I think the rehearsals are going to be cool. I wish they would have did a 3-record set and maybe threw in for another $15 or $20 a third record on album of the rehearsal sessions that you hear Elvis with his touring band. Tiger Man, Green Green Grass of Home, takes 2 and 3. Shake a Hand and I Love You So, take 2. Fairy Tale, alternate take, and Trouble, take 1. So there you have it. All cool stuff. There it is, my high-tech version. So just going to show these records again. Separate Ways, Mint, I Got Lucky, Elvis, Burning Love, For the Good Times. And you can see these are OGs, man. I've had these since I was high school. In this one, so that's it. You can pre-order it now on all these different sites. Hope you enjoyed the segment. Just putting it out there because I did some research, and there's maybe 3 or 4 Elvis people that do it, like Elvis's Court. There's a lot of great Elvis sites out there. The Elvis Forum. So I'm giving a shout out. I watched some of their stuff. So there's not a lot of people talking about this, but thanks to Robbie from Detroit, Robbie's Detroit Vinyl, he kind of said to me, "Why don't I talk about it?" I thought about it before he said it, but when he did say it, I like to hear from my viewers and my listeners, and I hope you get to check out this record, either in the CD form or the 2-record LP form. So thanks a lot. Keep rocking, and thank you. Thank you very much.